Hey guys, here playing Palana Food. Haven't missed much, just started the video a few seconds late. Played the Combiner to HQ, played the Euro to R&D, played him on Hedge Fund. And we've got Charles87, maybe from Belgium or France or something, somewhere around there. And he's got his Leela deck. There's some gang signs being involved. Now he's playing a political operative. Maybe we'll put another Combiner in the archives. Might be a nice little surprise for him. So I'm trying out like multiple Combiners. I've kind of found recently that even if they die to Parasite, they don't usually die right away, and that you get pretty good value out of them for the slot. They are expensive, but that's kind of what this idea is for, is to play slightly more expensive ice than otherwise you can maybe afford to play. Not really any of these ice I want to play to my HQ. Well, maybe it's fine to just play whatever. It's not like he's going to run very early anyway. Keep the Eli for the remote, that's really kind of where you want it. And we'll focus on locking down our centrals a little bit, and hopefully not get too flooded. As can happen. To play Crick to Archives, if we do, it probably turns the archives off for like the entire game. Yeah, I suppose we will. You can kind of play it to any server, but I imagine he's got, I think, Passport. We want to play Psy on this. Problem is, kind of on the fence here. Let's jam this. He's got a lot of money in Katie. This might be early, and it might not. We'll see. Scoring really early with an Nisha token would give us a huge advantage to stop siphons later. Or we can make him run through all our HQ ice and then say, no, actually, no siphon, please. Yeah, okay, he's going to come for it. So 2 to 3 times here, we're going to get our agenda. The third time, he gets 2 points. And, you know, it's not the end of the world. We already have 3 more in our hands, so I don't want to just hold an entire handful of agendas and not play any of them. Alright, let's play Psy here. See what he does. Yeah, spends 2. I shouldn't have spent 2. He's a Palana player as well. He knows that trick of always spending 2 the first time. Most people, yeah, this is usually a pretty good plan, but it didn't work out. So I feel like we've been kind of out-randomed a little bit here. Without gift, it's okay. Oh, because he knew it was the Eli. Is that what he's saying? Thing is, the risk and reward is pretty skewed in favor of the corp here. I'm curious what he does now. Does he try to get into this HQ? Like fairy siphon kind of thing? Is he holding a bunch of breakers in hand? There's a good chance he will like stock up on breakers and then play them all at once to suddenly have a full rig. You'll see some weaker players just like, well, since they draw a breaker, they'll slam it down. Like, yeah, I got a breaker, it's installed. But keeping the corp guessing about what you have is way better than just putting down whatever you have. So maybe we could even kill him this game with like a snare fetal on his gang sign accesses, because you can't not do it, right? It's a mandatory trigger, and this is mandatory as well, so he's forced to access potentially a lot of cards. Do we try to score here and hope he's scared of this ice? Maybe we do. He needs like inside job or something to get in this server if he respects this ice. If he just slams straight into it, then that's another thing. Yeah, okay. My hand is so bad. Like, it's crazy. Oh boy. Well, this kind of sucks. He just doesn't have any programs, and we can't make, so the Ichi's not doing a single thing. Really? Okay. We didn't actually hit any breakers. I guess he doesn't even have any in his deck. Well, he must, right? Hitting 2 siphons is okay, though. Alright, let's try to score this now. Even if we get siphoned, we should be okay to res our Caprice and score. And then if he hits like double fetal, he's gonna win if he has enough cards in his hand. I would love to get him on fetal snare and just flatline him. See, he knows we got fetals as well, so he's got to be thinking, is this the fetal trickery? Okay. Come on, Snare. Oh, it's all right, security testing, so of course not. He just has a lot of money. What's that going to do with that money? Come on, Snare. Okay, so he wants to do this before. Oh, never mind. Oh man, I thought, never mind. This is a gang sign Leela, but it's in the trash. It's not actually installed. Well, that's very silly, isn't it? I guess this pop is not needed. Will he get lucky here? No, security testing. Leave run again and get lucky. What's he gonna do with 36 credits? Well, we hit 2 more copies of gang sign. All right, so there actually will be no gang sign shenanigans this game. This is a weird game. Nothing wrong with that, but it is distinctly weird. So he can feel lucky with his HQ interface, or he can just explode. I guess I'm scoring fetal. I can get siphoned really easily now, but there's 2 of them in the bin. Maybe not yet. Maybe I want to pretend I've got a better cover on my HQ. Run the launch campaign, put the snares back in my deck, save this Jackson. Hard to say. I don't really know what his deck does. Does it have breakers? Yeah, we'll just gain 1, I think. This is interesting because he can still die. So you really want to see 2 cards here? Alright, so he's just messed up. Now he probably wins. Well, actually, we can get a net on him if we res this. So let's do this. You only break 1 or the other one. Now he's gonna actually jack out. Cool. That 1 net subroutine being relevant. Oh no, okay, he repaid that Sprouter dollar. I think his money is fine now. So where are we now? Currently with Ligura here. Eli. Well, this is pretty uncomfortable for us. We do have a 3-pointer in the bin. 2 agendas in the archives. So let's shuffle away everything. Money, money, money. Snare, agenda. You want the fast track or the baddie? Probably the baddie. The baddie can be used with this Ichi to blow up his breaker. Or we can do a surprise net damage. Or defend siphons. There's really a lot of use for it. Yeah, I really can't let him in here. Oh. Not much choice but to jam this. We have to get this out the door. Because our hand is full of stuff. At least there's going to be no gang signs because we have trashed them all with net damage. I'm still surprised we haven't managed to hit more breakers. How many damage we put into this guy. Oof. That's a bad sign. 2 and 24, so maybe not this time, but it's going to be sooner or later. Well, I guess we got to put it in server 1. Because he gets to see 2 out of our hand. Right, yeah, that's fine. We'll just pitch this. Is this any good? I think it's too expensive now for what we have left in money. He doesn't need money, he's got tons. So we're still in a precarious position. Hail Mary and HQ could do a lot to us. It's a Katie. Probably need to Nisei token this. And then we're going to need to win some size. Maybe we should have kept this Kamino. We could have done gift and then installed a Kamino on the outside. Is that any good? He can keep his hand pretty low and still win, so I don't think it's that great. If we think he can't siphon again, we can do advance credit. Other line is like take a bunch of money, install this Kamino, breaks it, then you can't break that. But he's very likely to just win our HQ if we don't, if he just runs HQ that way. Yeah, I think it's the best way forward is to just go that like that. Don't love it. Man, look at this guy running into snares like a champ. There's a snare here. It's gonna be so good. No? Okay, so we're gonna play a Psy. What'll the Psy be here? We can bid any amount you want. So we're just gonna do spinner ring because it's pure random here. Ring says 0. Gets there. So a lot of damage going out. Complete brain fart thinking this was a gang sign for a large part of the game. Well, let's leave it on. He's got some deck questions, so we'll talk through, see what he wants to say. Leela is a beast. Well, yeah, gang signs is pretty decent. Especially if they flood. Like I find the gang sign is a little hit and miss, where if they get a lot of points in their hand, they end up paralyzed where they can't do anything, and if they don't, they can just score out. Political operative can be very interesting to see how this pans out. So we did actually have a lot of regular breakers. He has Corroder, Gordian. A lot of influence spent on the breakers. Yeah, the first Nisei score against Leela would be... it is for everybody. Turntable is somewhat decent at countering a Nisei score. It forces them to usually spend it early, or they don't spend it and you get lucky and you steal one and you swap anyway. Really anybody stacking sentry, like we saw we made him jack out by just stacking these two sentries. Same if we would have stacked an Ichi and a Kamainu, would be stacking problems. Yeah, the baddie. Oh yeah, I mean, we could maybe have waited with our baddie, but I was afraid we'd just lose out of our HQ. Later on, the baddie trashing a breaker is just a huge problem. Like, these are recurring problems for a criminal. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of its own thing, gang sign Leela. And I kind of prefer the DLR builds of Leela right now. I don't know how it can be amazing. I guess if they don't score forever, because they're busy protecting their centrals, maybe. There's just not that many agendas in HB. I think this list is pretty fine. I don't know if I would really change too much. The vamp is an interesting idea because he could have vamped a lot of the time. We were below him on money. Do it the career fair. The KD is kind of, it's slow, right? But I guess you're sitting around not running. You can afford to load your KD. Or else you can play instead of that. You can play Bank Job, but it wouldn't have been that good here. Because we don't make too many remotes. Sneak Door seems reasonable. I almost feel like you never need a recursion piece, even if it's like a scavenger or something you can use. I don't have a good feel for how Political Operative changes this deck. If you're able to actually shut off Caprices, what does that do? Is it locking out of the game? Probably it does, but you got to get these on the table by running HQ first. If you cut Gang Sign, then yeah, that's right. They are kind of a big cycle. I can see playing Sneak Roots to clear the HQ of Caprices and of Chrysiums and get your Political Operative in there. Cutting Gang Sign gives you influence, or not influence, it gives you deck slots. You can play. What do you play though? Let's play more money. Because he was kind of okay on money. I think Fisk Investment Seminar is kind of not great. I think there's still ways to win through Political Operative, but it sure makes things a lot harder. I don't know if I like the RDI as much. It is reusable, and I get it. It's expensive. Also play medium, but the MU might not support it. It's the thing with criminal, like you're gonna have exactly 5 MU. Data Sucker is probably not worth it now. With these, like, it does help the Mongoose if you have like an even numbered strength. If you remove Gang Sign, I think it's just a different deck at that point. It's more like a regular Andy type thing. I don't know, a lot to think about this. If you have any great ideas, if you've been playing Leela in the similar sort of style, you want to post things in the comments, definitely do that. Stay tuned for more games. Thanks for watching, guys.